What's up everyone? Now we're going to start backtesting USD CAD, starting on the monthly chart here on Forex Tester. So as all of you know or not know, I trade only patterns and price action. I attribute everything that I learned through Falcon Trading Guidance. If you don't know Falcon, check them out online. They offer great content, great value. So make sure to check them out. But for now, I'm going to show you how I trade without indicators. And that's analyzing market structure and price action with patterns. Starting with a top-down approach, I start on the monthly and just try to picture the overall or the outer structure. So assessing from this chart, it broke from a recent high, which is very bullish, and it may go up to this high if it breaks this minor high here. So I've drawn my levels on the weekly. There's a minor channel forming here, and as you can see, what I did there is I just duplicated what is very obvious in the pattern. And most of the time when I duplicate this and makes it a congruent or a parallel channel, it usually respects it. And that's why I think the market respects or adores patterns, congruency, consistency. So on the weekly chart, you can see this channel. On the daily, so on the daily, we can see that this level was broken very bullishly. We can see this channel. It has a little bit of a downside, but it retested this area and had gone for the run on the bullish run. So let's delete this for, let's delete the race for a cleaner chart.
Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long.
Okay, so for the daily again, we have to test this high, and this is a congruency or a confluence of this outer channel, a previous high, and this inner channel. Let's zoom in further. Okay, so what I'm seeing is so that doesn't make sense, so I'm just going to delete that. But what I'm seeing is a sort of a flag pattern. Am I right? So here in market structure, it is important to assess whether you are in an impulsive market or a corrective market. Well, as of now, we can see we are trending up with some minor pullbacks. Pullback, pullback, pullback. And this might be another pullback to the upside. But zooming in, we have a support here at this area. We might also have a support here at this high. So we might not get this deeper correction for a move up. We might see a break of this flag to a further move higher, but we have to assess price action if it will respect here before it goes down. So I usually trade on the hourly chart, do my analysis on the higher time frames because to filter out the noise. As I said, we are trading the flag here. So we are going to trade only a breakout of the flag or a clear bullish transition from this flag retracement. So how can I see that? I can see that if this support if this support will hold here. So let's see. So here in Forex Tester, what's frustrating is you have to frequently move the trend lines because it's not holding. But on the bright side, we can see we can assess the patterns further, giving it the second chance for a thought or a doubt, and a chance for us to see what we didn't see earlier. So as I've said, we're looking if this support will hold, and as you can see, it is holding. So we can let's see if it breaks this high. Let's buy for at least this area or the high here. A reject. Let's zoom in on that. Okay, we can see a break here, and it might be the end of the flag. I'm going to enter here with a stop of 120 points below, and I'm going to leave my take profit open for me to manage the trade easier. Okay. this tells this bearish signal because of the highs here and the highs here. It might go down again, so I will close the trade now. I have two options. I can close the trade now or risk my loss, my present loss of negative $17 to double because I'm letting this stop hold. If it hits this stop, I'm in for a larger loss. So I will close the position now. And let's see for another opportunity to enter. Okay, this is another opportunity to enter because of the very bullish candle. It breaks this high, it breaks the high, breaks the previous high. So let's enter here again. It's slightly larger stop than the earlier. Okay, now I'm going to move this here and will not close the trade because it might just retest this area and the forming trend line might act as a support. Let's move this here so we can see it further. So let's move this for the higher high here, just to maintain the clean chart. You know what? Let's copy here and let's delete this. So if you're going to look for more patterns, we can see here, but it's on the hourly chart, so I won't delve on that deeper. So at this point, I'm going to place my stop loss on break even. Let's delete this. As you can see, this previous high was acted as a retest support with a flag and another bullish candle. So if you are going to and let's try to extend this. So where are we at now? We are this highs. We're at the high. We are at this high in the monthly chart, where we could expect some retracement before it makes it high. It makes its higher move. It's breaking out. So at this point, let's delete the unnecessary objects. So we are now at the end of the structure, at the higher end of the structure, and as you can see, I was not doubling up on my trades just because I can't see any clear further up move, because we are at the edge of an outer structure. Here's the first touch, the second touch, and this is our third touch, which will highly likely to make a retrace out of, and this will still count as a double top if this goes down with the arcing nature. So as you can see, I moved my stop just to accommodate for that possible move. And also this retrace candle or this bearish candle gives me the signal that I should be wary of a retrace. I am out of the trade, but the uptrend is still intact. If we want to re-enter for a bullish move, this is where we should be. But I will not sell this market because we are still in a healthy uptrend. I do not want to sell on a healthy uptrend. And for reversal, if we are going to trade this with a reversal, at this point we should see a bearish move, a very bearish candle, a very bearish pattern. But for now, we can't see anything like this. We can't see anything like that, so it might not go further down. So this is what I've been saying. This retrace should continue if we would want to make it for a lower move. But it's not so. What will I do at this point? I will maintain this structure here because this is a higher structure. This could be our double top. At this point, I'm a seller because of the double top, the arcing nature. We are at the outer structure, and we have this bearish candle. If we are going to sell here, I'm going to maintain my stop there, and I should be out. So I've drawn this trend line, and it was supported by this candle. It was supported by this candle and followed up by this one. So we might be in for another bull move higher. I'm going to get out of the position. Actually, I'm going to go long. Why? because this clearly has bullish momentum. We have a bullish momentum. We have the chance to reverse. Still gone up. Retested this area. Gone for the down move again. But this stood as a support. A strong support. With a very impulsive up move from that area. And as you can see, these two candles clearly engulf the range of its previous candles. I'm going to go long. I'm going to move my stop here. At this point, I'm going to move my position to break even just because of this candle and this trickling small candles that shows some weakness. And I'm not going to marry the trade. I'm just going to trade what I see. But this trend line still may act as support. And I'm out at break even. And as I've said, another bullish move. At this point, I was out at 2 break evens. I'm going to re-enter again just because this bull move may take maybe we may be in for a higher bull move. I'm going to re-enter again. This time, I'm going to maintain my stop there. Because I was out for I mean, if I entered here, I should be up for at least 100 pips. But I was stopped out because I was at break even. That's okay. It's better than risking yourself 100 pips. Let's just draw a ray here for a possible double top. Let's remove this, and I'm going to fix this. Oops. Because we might be in for another pattern, and you can see that with all those trend lines. Oops. Again, at this point, I'm going to move this to break even now. I'm going to delete this. Okay, we are seeing a hover at the end of the structure. This is a third touch. This is the third touch. You have the second touch, the first touch. You might see it for a correction and then a move higher. So to anticipate that, I'm going to move my stop here for 56 points. It's okay. It's not bad. It's still a win. And it's not okay. We moved our stop here at the low of the hover, and unfortunately it did not hit when this retrace happened, and it still moved higher. So at this point, we're going to delete this one. Let's see if there are other patterns. Well, I'm going to maintain this pattern here because I mean this trend line here. Well, again, the duplicates work because it closed below this trend line, which is a somehow bearish signal. I'm just going to move this to 100 pips here. At this point, I will use the three bar or the three candle exit. And I was stopped there. With the three candle exit, basically you just adjust your stop based on the lowest low, below the lowest low of the three latest candles. So as you can see with that, I was stopped out. Let's check for other patterns, and don't forget to um, zoom out from time to time just to uh, update the or look for some more patterns. So again, the duplicate works, guys. The duplicate work because I duplicated this trend line which connects the low here and here, and when you connect that, I was stopped here with somehow a retracement on the hourly. So let's not delete that because that might be a clue. Still, we are at the edge. So we're just 5 trades from where we started. So we have somehow a flag broken. We might see a double top here. So as I've said, if we want to re-enter, we would want to re-enter here, here, or here, or much better here. But I doubt it will happen because of a very bullish time for the dollar. So if this holds, this hold at this level here, you might in for another bull run. Okay, it's not holding. Let's delete this and check again. I'm not selling because as you can see, if we would want a bearish move, it should be just, I don't know, 2 candles or 1 candle for this entire range. That's the nature of selling. You want to have a strong sell signal, but no, we cannot have that. If we zoom in further, this is very corrective. And just think of this. It took an hour for this little moves, but for the bulls, it took an hour for, I don't know, for 2 of them, 3 of them, or maybe 4 of them. So I do not want to sell. And for the bulls, first touch, the second touch, and the third touch, we have a bear. We have a bull retrace candle here. So let's see. I'm not going to enter yet because if I'm going to enter, I want to enter here. In fact, I'm going to enter now. Why? Because it breaks this high with a corrective move. I understand. But if we zoom in, okay. For this trade, this candle should tell me that I should have moved my position to break even. But instead, I got stopped out here because I wasn't paying attention. But again, this trend line held. Let's move this for a higher high. So at this point, you want to buy the dips because we are in a established uptrend from the start of 2016. Okay, we are breaking down. This is what I'm talking about of a bearish candle. What? See this move, and it's on the 4-hour, which could indicate that I should have sold here on the retest. Anyway, let's see what will happen here. So at this point, there's a third touch. First touch here, and third touch here on the daily. If I could have a retrace here on the 1 hour, I'm a buyer. I'm not seeing that retrace. Let's just fix this. Let's delete this one, this one. Let's extend this. Let's fix this. Okay. This candle surpasses the highs of this one, but we still have this trend line. If this trend line breaks, I'm a buyer. Okay, this candle tells me that we have buyers here that is ready to buy. It's either on the breakout of the high or more pullback. So right now, I'm going to buy. If you're going to assess this is a bear move, correction, and further down move possible. If this trend line holds, to move this to break even. Okay. We may have a double bottom here, but it's broken. The next low is here. I am going to sell here. So what I did there was, I don't know, I'm just very skeptical of selling this pair because of the latest bull moves. It's doubting, but anyway, we have a pattern here. It's a wedge that can be up for another bull move. Let's see. And first touch, second touch, third touch, and the fourth touch. If this breaks here, I'm going to add to position because I'm going to buy now. We have a sort of evening star formation here. I'm going to wait for the break. I'm just going to buy here. Move the stop here at 134 pips away. And let's see. So at this point is a fifth touch. I'm just maintaining my position because the upside is, I don't know, possible upside of around 500, 600 pips, and I'm okay in risking 100 pips for that. I'm going to add to my position if this breaks. And we may have here another low. So I said it's okay to risk that. I'm going to I can take that forever, all over again. But I shouldn't be stubborn because that recent we are not breaking out, so that should give me the clue to close the trade or accept the loss. But I was not accepting the loss because I'm okay with the risk to reward ratio. We are now negative in our portfolio, but I'm okay. I will take that any day. Now we're going to buy either here or here. If it breaks down further beyond these two levels, you're a seller. Okay. This 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth touch. It broke out of this pattern, this trend line. This breaks this trend line. I'm a buyer, and the initial target is here. This is our initial target. This candle, I'm not going to even wait for the next candle. I'm going to buy here. This may be another clue for a I closed that trade because it's a clear clue it can go further down.
I don't wanna be alone. I spend too much time by myself. So many things that I still
Okay,
don't know.
this is a very bearish.
For me to move on. I want you right here, but you're all across the globe. Never call me back, even though you're on your phone.
So as I've said, I'm going to sell if this is very bearish, and I'm going to sell now. So at this point, I accidentally held this, but I'm going to move my stop right here because of this retrace candle, and I got stopped out there. So we have somehow a head and shoulders pattern that was broken. So I can't see any clear support here. This is a support because it stalls the latest retrace. But anyway, it break above here. The neckline, this is the head and shoulders. I'm going to buy the head and shoulders here. Move my stop below the right shoulder. I'm going to delete this. Oops, not that. And let's see if this just retests this trend line. It's starting to retest that trend line and the previous low. Let's move our stop to break even. At this point, I want to add to my position because it traded back into the pattern, broke the recent low. Now we're going to check if this will, but at the meantime, it's still 100 pips away, so I'm a buyer. Add to my position. Maintain my stop here. Both stops there. So at this point, I'm going to stop move here. So technically, this is break even. Yeah, that's break even. I'm still positive 48 here. I'm not going to I should have at this point this is the flag. At Falcon, they have what they call a Falcon flag, which is a impulse down, somehow of a bearish flag or a minor flag or a small flag, and then a move down. But it just creates a bigger version of a flag. And when it continues, it may go down further with this first target and this next target. At this point, I'm going to sell. Move my stop here at negative 120. I'm not going to add to my position because that's over risk. So at this point, I'm going to close because it traded back. We might be in for another pattern. Let's see what patterns it may have. So we have the flag that was invalidated. Now we have another flag. This time on the bull side. See, the duplicates work. They respect the duplicate. So for now, I'm going to close the position and assess. Maybe we are now in a ranging market. Now, when at this point, it's helpful to delete every minor data. So, and let's zoom out. At this point, the uptrend is still intact. We have a reversal here. It's just a 1 week reversal because we are in the weekly chart. It's retracing up to the trend line here in the weekly. It has not touched that trend line, so we cannot validate if it's going to continue. But at this point, that's our first goal. We are at no man's land, and we are still negative 0.055 in our equity board. And just check for some patterns, but for now, going to wait and see and check if this will test the trend line lower. So it broke out here. It broke out of this trend line, but I want to see a breakout here, and it did not break out, so I'm not going to buy that. And this impulse may continue down, so, and this pattern, it's a third touch basically, and that gave it all. So I'm going to sell here, maintain my stop there. Oops, almost got out here. Maintaining my position, and there we broke out. At this point, I'm going to add to my position. Why? Yes, this might be a flag, but with the recent candles, it's clearly very bearish. And this trend line has been broken with a fairly impulsive candle. We have the bear move here, bear move, correction, wedge. All it points down to a bearish move, but let's see. I'm going to add to my position, maintaining my stop there. So now I'm going to, my stops on break even. This is our initial target. At this point, let's move it down here just to have a risk-free trade, locking in some profits. So at this point, we can close the position. Why? Using the 3 candle method, we should have been stopped out if we used that earlier here. But for now, still in profit, but I'm not greedy. So let's just put this above here, above the high of that candle. One got stopped, two got stopped, and we are you know what? It's okay. Now I'm just going to re-enter. Why? It impulsively breaks the low.
Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long, want you all night long. without you, and I just can't be. Without you, baby, want you all night long, want you all night long.
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing oh, everybody's singing oh. I don't know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to. We got nothing to lose. You're looking so you're looking so now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do.
Okay, so I was quiet, sorry. I just tried to focus, but now, um, now, you can see we are at positive 1%, not bad. For 27 trades, that's for 2 months, almost 2 months and a half. That's for 6 to 7 days. Profit trades was 13. Loss trades was 14. So that's around 48%, 47%. Win rate. So still hard. We still are in profit for $100. That's for a $10,000 account with just 0.01 lot. So that's a win for me. I did not lose. I'm still on the positive. This is only one pair. And that's a win. Thanks guys for having me on this micro backtesting session. Get ready for more. Much bigger, much longer trades, longer time, better sounds, and better me. Thanks guys, and